Good morning, grade 3 students. Today, Wednesday, April 8, 2020, I'm Miss Alice. We're going to continue Chapter 5, Ecosystems. Lesson 1, what is an ecosystem? Correction of the homework. Question number 1. What parts of an environment are affected by the sun's heat? Earth's air, water, and soil are warmed by the sun's heat. In other words, the sun warms the air, water, and land. Question number 2. Explain how bears interact with living and non-living things. Bears eat fish, which are living. Bears swim in water, which is non-living. Objectives: identify the parts of an ecosystem. Define an ecosystem. Please open your science books at pages 206 and 207. What is the heading in this page? Parts of an ecosystem. Excellent. Look at the text in front of you. What is the important word here? Ecosystem. Very good. Let's read together the text in front of us. The living and non-living parts of an environment interact. Interact means to act together. These interacting parts make up an ecosystem. The pictures on these pages show a marsh. A marsh is a type of wetland ecosystem. The living parts of an ecosystem depend on non-living parts. For example, plants need sunlight, soil, air, and water to grow. The living parts also depend on one another. For example, animals eat other living things. Some animals use plants for shelter. Read again the text and answer the following two questions. Question number 1. Define an ecosystem. Question number 2. Write true or false. True means correct. False means wrong. Part A. Living parts of an ecosystem do not depend on non-living parts. Part B. A forest is an ecosystem. Part C. A marsh is a type of desert ecosystem. Question number 1. Define an ecosystem. Or what is the meaning of the word ecosystem? An ecosystem is the living and non-living parts interacting in an environment. What is the meaning of the word interact? Interact means to act together. Question number 2. Write true or false. True means correct. False means wrong. Part A. Living parts of an ecosystem do not depend on non-living parts. It is false. Very good. Why? Because living parts of an ecosystem depend on non-living parts, like plants need sunlight, soil, air, water. So, plants are living things. Sunlight, soil, air, water are non-living things, so they depend on one another. Also, the living parts depend on other living parts. Like some animals use plants for shelter. Animals are living things. Plants are living things, so they depend on one another. The meaning of the word shelter is a safe place to live and grow. Part B. A forest is an ecosystem. It is true. Very good. Part C. A marsh is a type of desert ecosystem. It is false. Very good. A marsh is a type of wetland ecosystem. What is the meaning of the word wetland? Wetland means a place full of water.
Today's topic, ecosystem. Come, let me tell you all about it. Zoom in. Ecosystem is a community of living organisms along with their natural habitat and the non-living components of their environment. This network of living and non-living components in a given area is known as an ecosystem. An ecosystem could be a pond, could be your house as well, and some believe that our earth is an ecosystem too. Ecosystem includes two major components, biotic and abiotic components. Abiotic components are the non-living elements of the system, such as air, water, sunlight, nutrients, and temperature. Biotic component are all the living organisms living in the system, like plants, animals, fungi, microorganisms, and you.
Look at the pictures at page 206. What is this animal? It is a turtle. Very good. Please read the caption about this picture. Box turtles live on land near wetlands. Marsh and pond turtles live in the water. What is the meaning of the word wetland? Wetland means a place full of water. Marsh means a type of wetland. So as you can see, this turtle lives in the water. The turtle is a living thing. The water is a non-living thing. Both they are interacting together, so this is what we call it ecosystem. The second picture we can see water is a non-living part of wetlands. Plants and animals need water to live and grow. Here, living and non-living parts, water, non-living, plants and animals are living things interacting together to live and grow. Look at the pictures at page 207. Describe the pictures. I can see grasses, water, egrets, raccoons. Very good. Read the caption about grasses. Grasses grow in marsh wetlands. They need sunlight, soil, air, and lots of water. This means that the grass needs non-living things like sunlight, soil, air, and water in order to live and grow. Here, the living and non-living parts of an environment interact. This is what we call it ecosystem. The second caption about egrets. It is a bird that lives in a marsh. Great egrets eat fish, frogs, and other small animals that live in the marsh. Here, the egrets interacting with living things like the fish, frog, and animals that it will eat it in order to live and grow. The last picture, raccoons. What is a raccoon? It is a mammal. Very good. It has fur or hair. Excellent. Read the caption about raccoons. Raccoons eat plants, fish, and small animals that live in the marsh. They often sleep in nearby trees. Raccoons, they depend on living things in order to live and grow. And they have the trees as a shelter, as a safe place to live and grow. Homework for tomorrow. Answer the following questions. Question number 3. Draw another living thing you might find in this wetland. Tell how it interacts in the ecosystem. In the box in front of you at page 206, you're going to draw another living thing you might find in this wetland. And you're going to tell me how it interacts in the ecosystem. Question number 4. Tell what might happen to a marsh turtle if the water in the ecosystem dried up. If there is no longer water in this ecosystem, what will happen to the marsh turtle? Question number 5. How do you think turtles interact with insects in the ecosystem? Question number 6. How might this raccoon interact with living and non-living things in this marsh? See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.